Hello. Is this thing on? Okay, it is. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 225. This is my disheveled Saturday morning look. Um, Messy hair, old school WWF hoodie. So, what's up? It's Hobby Evolution, episode 225. It's Saturday. Happy weekend. So, what's going on this weekend? I am heading to a card shop today. Looking forward to it. It's only the second time I will be going to this particular card shop. I have they set up at various card shows, and I've dug through their quarter and dollar boxes at a couple card shows. Picked up their business card. They're just an hour and a half from where I live. So I've just put it off for so long. But last or 2 weeks ago, I was trekking through. I actually, when I pick up cards in Sterling, Illinois. Excuse me. When I pick up cards in Sterling, Illinois, I drive through Freeport, and that's where this card shop is. And so I figured, hey, I'm going to Sterling. I'm picking cards up from Shannon. I'm meeting up with Tom. He's given me a bunch of Cubs cards. My buddy from school, from growing up, Brandon, went over to his house. We did a small trade. So it's just a hobby day. So I might as well stop in Freeport, check out this card shop. And I did, and I fell in love. Picked up about 80 cards for $55, some great stuff. Showed them off a couple weekends ago. And I only went through 2 monster boxes in that time. I pulled out my phone and realized, oh crap, I was over. I had to text everybody that I was running behind because with my time. What's up, Ryan? Good morning. George, good morning. Happy Saturday. George managed to stay awake tonight. Yeah, it's 8:30 here, so this is about an hour later than I go on during the week. What's up, Zach? Good morning. Zach picked up a few cards. Yeah, I want to get into that file exchange. My big dump last night with eBay. So thank you for that. So I wanted to plan a day to head back to Freeport. I initially wanted to go back last weekend, but I was just being gone for about 36 hours. Being out of town last week or 2 weekends ago put me way behind on shipping and stuff. Then I brought home a carload of cards. So I have not it's been 2 weeks now, and I still have not completely gone through all of the boxes. I'm down to about 5 boxes left to go through. So I wanted to do that. Been working on file exchange, which I'll get into in a moment. So it's like this week, my goal was to get semi caught up. I figured if I held off the file exchange dump, that it would keep my head above water for a while, and then just dump those on Friday night and see what I wake up to on Saturday. And I'm behind again, but I knew I'm not way behind. I'm comfortably behind right now. So I got most of those sorted. I was watching Big Ten tournament in sorting, doing some shipping, just kind of back and forth last night. I watched Dan open up his stuff on YouTube. Check his channel out, Korean Cardboard. That was some good stuff. So that's what I wanted to do, and I want to just dedicate my half a day, go down to the card shop. I'll probably leave here 10, get there close to noon, and just have a solid maybe 3 hours to dig through, and hopefully I can get through like 5 monster boxes. I think I was there for an hour and a half and I got through 2 boxes. So 3 hours, maybe I can push it to 5. So that's the goal for today. Aim high, spend half a day at the card shop, going through cards. So I did the file exchange. and I've done it numerous times now. But this week I wanted to just do like a massive. I wanted to test out a massive data dump. So the first couple times I did maybe 5 items at a time, just because I had so many errors. And it is difficult to navigate once you get set up. Once you do have everything set up within your template, man, it's good as gold. And I've been walking through Brad, Texas Card Dude. He started playing with it this week, so I think he has it ready to roll. I tweeted out the link again this morning, 1millioncubs.com, kind of a step-by-step guide to doing it. I did tell somebody this morning, it is because my template's not going to be like, there's probably going to be one or two fields that you're going to want to adjust, just because our sales strategies are a little different. Even the template that Chris, who helped me out with it, when he sent me the template, there were a few things that I changed from his template to my template. And I know Brad had a couple things that he wanted to change. A couple of the things that you'll have to navigate through is figuring out the shipping. Because I just charge free shipping, or I don't charge shipping. It's free shipping. So it's just zeros across the board. Whether or not you accept returns, I just accept returns. Because even if you don't accept returns, eBay can sometimes force them on you. So I just make it easy and just do it. Ryan, that's a great question. I'll get to that in a moment. So I did like 575 items this week, and spread out between 3 to 4 days. I had a bunch of real work stuff that was due this week. So I was kind of working on that throughout the day and nights as well. So I didn't have like devoted time. I did say at one point I want to attempt 500 listings in a day. It can be done, because I think these 575 listings maybe took 8 hours to do 575. The picture process is always going to slow you down, no matter how. That's just the way it is. If you're going to have pictures on your listings, it's gonna be a setback in one way or another, whether you're listing on your computer using a scanner, whether you're listing on your phone app, or you're using file exchange and uploading from a third-party image server. So that does take that's a small setback, but I figured out a pretty quick way, even without bulk uploading pictures from my camera into the image shack. So worked out great. I think all 575 were successful, which I believe is the first time, and this was probably the 5th time I've done an upload. I started with the small test templates with like 3 items. Once I got it figured out and I was successful each time, then I moved up and I think I did like a 50 card dump, and then I was doing a couple hundred. And so this one was almost, my goal was for 600, but I just ran out of time and just decided to upload the 575. What's up, Ken? Actually awake for a non-Monday show. And Dan, what's up? Dan, I enjoyed your video last night. I was just talking about it. He opened up a huge box of stuff that he received from the US. So that was cool. Now I keep forgetting to look for Matt's cookies for you. And I actually haven't been to the grocery store lately, but I did look, Dan. I looked online, the Matt's Cookies website. They do distribute here where I'm at in Madison. Actually, the grocery store chain that I go to, and there's a couple others. So I should be able to find you Matt's Cookies. So I'm going to the card shop today. File exchange. Ryan asked a great question. What do you think of the new tax changes for selling stuff online? So there's been a lot of talk about that. And typically I tracked my profits and losses one other time in the hobby, and that was back in 2016, 2017. Those 2 years I was ripping and flipping. I was considering creating an LLC and doing it on a part-time basis. I was buying cases, ripping and flipping, and this was back when cases were about a third to a fourth, and we're talking baseball, of what they are now. Basketball was probably a 20th of. I think I saw a pre-sale box price for Prism basketball, and I about threw up. So the margins were like super thin. Now, in the last couple years, I've been able to figure out cost-cutting ways. Thermal printers have saved time, most importantly time, as well as money. I figured out back then I wasn't selling the cheap singles. Well, I was, but I was doing it through Sport Lots, and that was, on the other hand, taking a lot of time. Sorting through boxes, organization is key. So that was something that I hadn't really, found the right path. I think what's really helped in 2020, 2021 is the hobby's absolutely crazy and everything's selling. And Ryan and I were talking back and forth. Well, it was on chat yesterday about the 91 Upper Deck, and I showed off my small pile of Bernie Williams 91 Upper Deck rookies. That's just probably at least half of what I have. And I was going to put those on my eBay store for 99 cents. After our conversation, after the chat yesterday, I'm like, I wonder if they're going for more than 99 cents. And they've been selling shipped prices around $3 per card. So that certainly helps when selling cards. The market's absolutely crazy. What's up, Matthew? Good morning. Matthew, my goal is to get your package out. Probably won't be today. So I'm aiming for Monday to get a return package for you. And you might be, that might be beneficial because I'm going to the card shop today. So I might find some more Royals cards for you to throw in there. Zach Porter has asked me twice now to tell you happy St. Patrick's Day on Wednesday. Awesome. Thank you. Tell Porter, thank you for thinking of me. And I'll make sure to wear green on Wednesday. So back to Ryan's question on the sales tax changes. So I never reported. I made so little in sales up until a couple years ago that it wasn't a concern because it truly was a hobby. And the limits, just the sales were so low. Fast forward to the last couple years and things have increased drastically. So whenever somebody asks me about how you handle taxes when it comes to sales, I basically have one piece of advice, and that's one or two pieces of advice. The first and most important piece of advice is call your accountant. And if you don't have an accountant, get one. That would be my advice, because I don't want to navigate I went to business school and took accounting classes and tax classes, and it's absolutely in everything. It changes on an annual basis. I don't even want to pretend to know the ins and the outs of tax law. So I just call my tax guy and I say, this is what I'm doing. What are some recommendations? And he gives me advice. I don't want to pass on that advice because, like I said, I know nothing about tax law. So I'm not even going to pretend to know. I don't. I call my accountant and he tells me what to do and I do it. And if he has any questions, I answer them and provide whatever he needs. So it really doesn't concern. I mean, obviously taxes should always concern us, and how to limit our tax burden. And there are ways. Ask your accountant and he can give you advice on steering you along the path of saving when it comes to tax time. So basically, my thoughts on that is I had a long conversation with my tax guy in like November, just gearing up for end of year and what what's needed, what's more important than other things, what can be submitted for expenses and write-offs. So that's my advice. And basically, I'm flying blind when it comes to taxes. I know what to save and what to keep track of and submit that. And if my accountant has any questions or tips, tricks, whatever, then I go down that route and change things up. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I have heard that in the upcoming maybe for 20. So we're on 2020 tax season. So like for possibly 2021 or 2022, there could be smaller sellers like where I was at a few years ago, will be getting 1099s. Now I did not receive, I did more in sales than the threshold of the 1099s for eBay and PayPal. But since I went into managed payments mid-year, it didn't hit, neither of them hit. It came under on both PayPal and eBay. So I never received a 1099 because of that split, because half of the sales were showing up through PayPal, half of the sales were showing up through eBay. That doesn't mean that I'm not reporting that. Absolutely. All of that has been submitted and using the PayPal and the eBay reports and that fun stuff. So now it's going to be, and so in my state, it's 20,000 or 200 or 20,000 and 200 transactions to trigger that 1099 from those places. But in the next couple of years, it sounds like it'll be kind of like nationwide, where it's 600, which I think Virginia is the $600 limit. I think Illinois has like a $3,000 it triggers. So there are definitely some changes to come, and I think a lot of it is because of the pandemic, and so many more people are making money online, whether it be eBay or Mercury or Facebook Marketplace or whatever it is. So when institutions see that money coming in, triggers the 1099, and you're going to get dinged on it. From what I see on the new tax, if you sell more, $600, you're now going to get a 1099 down from 20,000. Yeah. So some states already have that $600. I think Virginia is 600, and I think a state out west, maybe Oregon or Washington, is 600. I think Illinois is like 3,000. It's significantly less than Illinois is significantly less than 20,000, but it's significantly more than 600. But that's what I've read as well. 600 will be kind of across the board as the 1099 trigger. Taxation is theft. We're taxed on everything. And I was reading through, and the blowout forums can be just facepalm. And there's like countless threads about it. And it's just like, call your damn accountant. Call your damn accountant. Don't take advice from an avatar on a random baseball card forum. And somebody said, half the people are bragging that they don't pay taxes. Half the people are bragging that they do pay taxes. Some guy comes in and he's like, I don't get why you guys are proud to pay taxes. And it's like, it's not a sense of pride. It's a sense of not going to jail for tax evasion. It's taxation is theft, and try to limit what you pay in taxes is what we're all striving for, what we should all be striving for. And that's why call your accountant, because he can guide you through that process. So that's about all I had for today. Uh, yeah, I know. So that's my second piece of advice. My first piece of advice when anybody asks me about, uh, and I don't know, I'm not saying it like it's commonplace. So my advice when anybody drops hobby sales online, call your accountant. If you don't have an accountant, get one. If tax law is extremely difficult and leaves you wide open to, potential, um, what you're trying to skim, from getting out of taxes is going to come back to you tenfold. It's like driving through a tollway and not paying the toll that's $1.80, and you're going to get hit because they got those little cameras. And I know this from personal experience. You're going to get hit about 6 months later with $1.80 plus $20 bill. And that's how the avoiding your taxes comes back. You're not only are you going to have to pay back what you owe, you're going to pay back all of the fines. So I understand most people don't have an accountant, and that's why if they have questions like this, that's my advice. Get one. Because the money you spend on an accountant, a good accountant, I would not recommend H&R Block, or any of those. Hire a good accountant and they'll save you money. So that's my advice. Call an accountant or get one. Zach, I will try to find the bookmark I saved on Twitter about an 18-year-old doing taxes the first time. It's hilarious how it is all set up. I don't want to know what I was doing. At 18, I was still living at home. I lived at home I went to junior college for a couple of years. So I lived at home, saved up some money, and then I was going to go to 4-year school, but decided to do the whole radio thing for a decade before going back. But I don't want to fathom. I can't fathom what I was doing when it came to taxes when I was living on my own at 21 years old. No income tax in Texas. I know several people in the athletic field that are business owners that moved from Wisconsin to Texas for that fact, because no income tax, and same way in Florida. So there you go. That's about all I had for today. Card shop, eBay store is a full go. So that's all I had for today. So have a great Saturday. I will check out my Twitter today because I will probably post some pictures. I have a little more time. So I wanted to I kind of wanted to share my hobby journey 2 weeks ago. But since I was running so behind, I didn't even have time to stop and take a picture because I was going from next place to next place because I was late. Today, I will, there'll be a 3-hour lull because I'll be deep diving into card boxes. But I do plan on, after I get done, I'll show off some of the spoils. So that's the plan for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting. And check out the website, 1millioncubs.com, the eBay store, with an additional 575 cards minus, I think, about 50 sold overnight. 99centcards.com is the link there. You can also find it at 1millioncubs.com. So have a great weekend, and we'll be back tomorrow.